Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
I got a minute.
Welcome to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Oh, it's gonna be fun. We can stay up late, swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'll make it pop.
With your host,
Alan? Yeah.
What's up?
For the 200th episode, we're going to change this intro. Not the music.
featuring the sultry sounds of red and
Oh, okay.
rose
Maybe
and
the music.
Lord.
Wait, what?
What about doing is just a prank you.
Let's go already!
Don't be
Wow.
pranking me.
And now,
Never
let's
prank
start
you.
the show.
Pranks and beans.
Franks and beans.
Welcome, one and all you pranksters and all you beaners. Oop. The 100. That's not a good start. The 189th episode of the BLC podcast. I would like to start over, but I know you won't edit it. So I'm gonna start over anyway. Welcome, one and all, to the 189th episode of the BLC podcast, the official podcast of Baby Sharks. We are proudly broadcasting live from the I actually forgot about that song until just now. I was just thinking about what's something cute, and then I was like, oh, Baby Sharks. So I'm broadcasting live from the Blunders EC studios scattered all across the upstate of South Carolina. You can catch us on YouTube, Insta, Facebook, Blue Sky, and of course, your favorite podcast platforms, as well as our amazing website, America'sFavoritePodcast.com.
Yeah.
Coming to Pump 14. You see,
The local Sphinx
that's right.
or QT.
Just get to pump number 3 and look up. Now, it's the guy with all the jaws. Fred. It would have made sense if you guys would have let me just get through the intro.
You're the one who said it. I mean,
I know I said it, but still, like, it would have made more sense if it made more sense.
And as always, I'm introducing the guy that bottles shark farts and sells them. Alan OTB.
Yeah.
You guys ever collect shark teeth?
No, we put them in the bottle. Sometimes they have shark's teeth, sometimes they don't.
That's how they made money in Puerto Rico.
That's what I'm wondering. Is like that's why I asked, because I feel like that would be a big part of their like day.
Shark
You would
teeth.
ship them to all the other like the shittier beaches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were out on the old shark tooth hunt. Shark tooth.
How do they find all those things? Like,
That's what I'm
they
saying.
can't be real. All those can't be real sharks.
There's a lot of sharks.
Yeah, they are sharks. Sharks lose their teeth all the time.
Really? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, they grow out and they come out and then they
yeah,
grow back.
yeah.
They get
So
stuck
they're
on
just-
stuff.
I mean,
Who's
it's like
finding
anything.
all those fucking shark teeth? Like,
The shark
there's
gnomes.
shark teeth necklaces. There's shark teeth
People with this
in the
complexion.
bottle.
Yes.
Because I mean, you gotta think, dude. The coast all around the world, there are people just scooping up these shark teeth.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to the beach and find
I
hundreds
mean,
of
it's got to be a
shark teeth.
job. You know, I don't know.
That's crazy. I mean, just
I don't think
From the
I've ever
beach.
found a shark's tooth on the beach, but I think if I did, I would be like, "This is the coolest thing that's ever happened."
yeah, like, and that's what I'm saying. I've been to the beach
Right.
number
I
of
found a
times.
jellyfish.
Never
Shark teeth?
found jellyfish
Really?
all the time. Never found a shark tooth.
Never found.
Really?
One.
Oh man.
No, never.
But I
I've
also
never
think
really,
that our beach isn't really populated with a
Shark.
ton of.
well, did a bitch get bit by a shark?
Yeah,
yeah,
Myrtle
well,
Beach
I
has
mean,
got
you're trying
sharks. Yeah.
Again,
What kind
we
of
talked
shark?
about this. If you go into their house, they gotta defend them. I mean, that's their right.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
shark.
I mean, they may be
Yeah,
home
man.
if you're going in their house. You know, they may
Yeah.
be.
and half time they say it ain't even trying to eat you. They just curious.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
just
they-
sharks.
yeah.
I mean, what,
Like-
what if they don't have hands?
Like if we're I was about to say, like if we're curious about something, we go up and touch it. You know what I mean?
I
They don't
know.
have
I usually
they
go
don't
up and bite it.
they go,
Most of the time, I'm like,
the little flippers.
Yeah, yeah.
right.
Oh, Oh, yeah.
They don't want to. They could probably touch you, but they don't want to feel weird. They don't want to be like, I don't want them to think I'm gay. And I'll be like, hi.
They don't want to.
They don't want to get sued.
What are you doing in my house, mister? You silly boy. This is the shark's house.
Yeah, has a bandana. The shark has a little bandana around its neck.
Exactly. Yeah. We were just about to go.
What was that? What was that cartoon? He tried to be a dolphin. The shark tried to be a dolphin.
Oh, I can see the shark, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he like put a rubber band around his nose, trying
Shark.
to make
Yeah,
himself
what
bottle
was that
nose
stupid
dolphin.
shark's name?
Was that
I think Stinky Shark.
Was that the Will Smith movie?
What shark?
He was Shark Tale. Shark Tale. Yeah, Shark Tale. Yeah, that's it. There you go, Al. Look at you.
I wish it was Sharknado.
Well, Sharknado was
I've actually seen all of those.
I know you. We've talked about that. We've had a whole marathon.
Yeah,
they had a marathon the past 3 weeks.
Yeah,
or something.
right.
We talked about it at least. Well, guys, speaking of sharks, no. But speaking of, here we go. How about this? Speaking of ancient beings,
secrets. I don't know what
ancient beings like in the past, and they've been around for ages, right?
Yeah, sharks.
Yeah. I and my lovely family got to attend my daughter's first ever dance recital.
Oh,
yes. And I would
that's
love
a weird segue.
Yeah, well, the first, yeah, you're right. Well, the first act of it, it will make sense. So just hold that segue.
Oh, okay.
I start talking about what happened.
I thought you were going to say after the first act, you walked out.
No. Oh, dream.
This is bullshit.
No, we'll talk about all this.
Just waiting for it to spin around in circles.
So so again, this is my young daughter, first one. Very excited.
Right.
We're very excited about it, truly. And this isn't like me, like, she
Right.
loves dance. She's
Yeah.
been like practicing and like doing, so like she's super into it. Super
So
cute.
is it like what kind of dance is it? Ballet? Is it
ballet?
Is it,
Well, for her, it's ballet.
yeah.
But come to find out, as I sat in pain for hours, it's not. They don't only have ballet at this recital.
Right.
This is a recital.
Oh yes, this
For
is
all the
dance. For all the dance. Okay,
'cause I used to have to do it with Maddie, and it was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
I thought you
on
were
Memorial Day
dance.
weekend. No, I did one dance one year. I had to do the father son dance. And I was the tree thing, and I had to do the tree thing, and the.
I got made fun of because in her class, her teacher was like, "What's a canapla, whatever," and I was like, "Oh, because she tells me about it, and they can see it because the whole wall is mirrors, and so all the little kids are laughing, and they're like, and the teacher's like, "Well, somebody's dad knows what they're talking about." And I'm like, "Who?" Like I was just making a stupid thing. She's like, "Dad, you ruined it." I'm like, "Okay, cool, great. So you're 8, and I've already
That's
ruined
my
it."
job. That's my job.
Yeah. So we get there, and I'm like, "This is gonna be great." Lovely daughter and everything. And then we find out, like, oh, it's going to be hours. Like, it's not just like, 10 or 15 minutes or even an hour. There are, I think it was 34 total
routines,
dance
recitals.
Routines. Yes. 34 groups.
Oh, no.
And maybe even been more than that. Of people, and theirs was 26, I believe.
So it was right after the intermission.
An average of what, 10 minutes?
Well, so that's what I was like. Okay, well, let's see. Like, so we're like doing the math, and they said like I think they said no more than 5 minutes per thing, right? So we're like, okay, 5 minutes per thing. Let's say a minute on each end to set up. Yeah. Let's say a minute on each end. So now we're talking about 7 times 3. So we're talking 250 minutes, which is like 3.5 hours, 4 hours. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And we're like, oh, we didn't eat enough breakfast for this.
I'd have been like Steve Carell in The Office. No.
Yeah. Well, in my head, of course. But in my heart, because Penny's so excited, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be great. You know, so we're like, okay, it's gonna be fine. We sit down, we get there a little early. We sit down, we're like, we're just chilling and waiting because, like, it's, you know, there's nothing you can do. We're just playing on our phones, you know, waiting.
Yeah.
And the dance recital begins. You know, the lights go down, and they did some bullshit talking about, oh, this is my final recital, and here's all of our seniors who are like weird kids because they want to dance for the rest of their lives. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but still, there's a certain type.
Little girl, have you not seen Black Swan?
Right.
This
We
is
know
not a career path. You want to go there?
we know how cutthroat dance is. Like, they don't fuck around with it. Just saying.
Have you ever seen a ballerina's feet?
Yeah. Have you ever seen a movie about bowling that was as intense as fucking Black Swan? No.
Yeah.
Just go to bowling. You're
Kingpin.
naturally made for it.
Kingpin was intense.
Anyway, so the lights go on, the lights go off, the lights go on, the lights go off again. And then we're presented with the first act of the evening, which is, first of all, the most production value, I think. They actually had a set, and this boded not well for me because I was like, oh man, that's a set. So does that mean everybody has a set? Does that mean that? And so yeah, like I'm thinking, I'm like going through the scenarios. I'm like, okay, so they're gonna have to set up the sets. So you have to do this and that. Blah 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 blah. This is a lot of work. So we're already like, oh my god, and Jack's already like checked out completely, which I understand. And I told him, I was like, you have every right to check out. Just wait, you know, when your sister's there, pay attention.
Yeah.
So we get up there and it starts off with the weird, like, it's a Chili Pepper song, right? Like Red Hot Chili Peppers, right?
Yeah.
Except it's about the Flintstones.
Yeah.
And no,
the
there's
yabba
not
dabba
Alan.
doo-dah.
Yeah, like the one.
Yeah, the yabba dabba 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 doo da. Yeah, I've heard it.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I think it is. About 10 years ago.
I think it is.
Well, they played a song that was Red Hot Chili Peppers singing about being a Flintstone.
Yeah.
While they danced to this. And I was like, this is a weird crossover because the kids are all like dancing when they have the clubs and stuff. And like, and there were like 50 people dancing. It was a lot to behold. And I was like, oh man, this is not great. Like, this is not a good start. Okay. We're going to be fine. This is 1:36.
Right. Yeah.
Parker's been saying, we're going to be fine.
No, we're going to make it. This is going to be
For the
great.
past 20 minutes, we're going to be fine.
No, because you got to believe, man. You got to believe. And I'm like, we're going to go to lunch afterwards, and it's not going to suck. And, you know, I was half right. So we did go to lunch afterwards, but it wasn't great. But anyway, so we're like, yeah, I believe in this. And then the next group comes out. Oh, yep. Taking questions.
I just wanted to say, I believe the song you heard was Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, maybe
doing the Flintstones to the
sounded
under
like
the bridge.
It sounded like, yeah, okay, it must have been because it did sound
Sometimes
like.
Sometimes I feel like I need a vacation.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I wasn't. Yeah, I just immediately tuned out.
You weren't paying
because if there's nothing I hate more, it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers, man. I do not like them. You're wearing a shirt.
I'm wearing this shirt.
I did not realize you were wearing a Red Hot Chili Pepper shirt.
A teenager I walked in to get like pizza from the spot, and kid was like, "Hey man, it's a pretty good band." I was like, "Yeah, I know." I was around when they first came out.
Yeah, right.
He's like, you walked out the door. He's like, "Boomer."
Yeah.
You didn't do the dick thing where you're like, "Name 3 songs, bro."
Yeah, name 3 songs.
I hate when people do that. Like, you can't gatekeep music, whatever. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, we got through the first one, like wickety bam. It was long. It was probably close to 5 minutes, but it was also there was like 40 people in it. So I mean, it was like a big thing. Yeah, it was a big, maybe like 30, but there was still a lot of people dancing on the stage.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, well, if this is gonna be everyone, fuck. But thankfully, it was not because it was followed up closely by another Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Yeah. I'm sensing the theme here.
Yeah, it was another knockoff song, But this one was more of like, this was like a little bigger kids, you know. The first one was a little bit of everything. Second one was like a little bigger kids. And the only thought that I had at this point so far was like the music. So they were doing like dancing, you know, like this was more modern dance, I guess you would say, more like interpretive dance, you know, where they're like, oh, you're supposed to have passion. Yeah, you're supposed to have like passion. You're supposed to have like emotion. And none of that was.
No. So was it like old school?
It was old school was more passionate, I think.
Okay.
So we go through a few more. It's just like, okay, blah, 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 blah. This is taking forever. And then one of the kids does an accidental Heil Hitler at one point. And
that's when you get up and you're like, yeah.
And I was like, finally, this show's getting good. Yeah, and like it was just like, well, they did like a bump. They're like 14 standing beside, and like they did like a bump across, like a bump. And when the last one bumped, went like, and I'm not gonna do it because I don't, you know, fist is a fist. Okay,
I don't bump.
I don't bump like that. He got bumped, and he was like, "Oh!" And I was like, too long." Held it too long. Arm was out too long. Fingers were extended. That was when the crowd got real into it. But so all the people were like, "He'll find me." They were like, it's just so like at the very beginning, one of the first things they said is like, listen, out of respect for the people, do not leave until this whole shebang is over. Which I you know, I understand that. I understand that because if you're the first dancer and you're the first dance group, whatever, and you're dancing for 150 people or 250 people or whatever, that's great. But if you're the last one and you're dancing for your mom, it's like, you know. So but they're like, they're like, you can't even get your kids. They're like, even if it's an emergency, we are keeping your kids.
No.
Oh yeah, no. They were like, you will not get your kids until after this show. Don't try.
Grandma died.
Don't care.
It's too bad. She's
dead. Like, what does it matter?
She's dead. What was
what's it gonna do?
So we're continuing on, and we're a good 8 or 9 acts into this thing.
Yeah.
And finally, Fred, we get to some real music. Get to some nice hip hop dancing, Fred.
Oh yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah, I like hip hop dancing too.
I like when the kids do that.
Yeah, I like
raw bass.
I like when the kids do it too, Fred. But I prefer my hip hop dancing to be performed by kids who might know what hip hop is.
Kids know what hip hop is.
The 4 skinny white kids did not know how to hip hop dance. And their teacher was black. So I was like, we're gonna have something here, and it was just very. It was what would happen if you asked me to hip hop dance, because it was just like robot. It was a white people dance, and I was like,
it was like the Olympics.
Rhythm.
It was like the Olympics in
man. I was like,
no
there's
rhythm.
No rhythm. Like,
how old were the kids?
These kids were probably 13 or 14. See,
and that's no excuse, because I've seen videos of little Chinese kids like windmilling, like pop locking and windmilling,
and I don't know.
So
part of me thinks that a younger kids probably would have done better.
Pick it up faster. Yeah, pick it up faster.
It wasn't that they couldn't dance technically.
Right.
Okay, first of all, let me say this. I don't know anything technically about dancing.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
But I know nothing about what dancing techniques that are right or wrong.
What it should. Well,
I don't know what it's supposed to look like.
Old kangaroo girl.
Right. I know her. Yeah, they were.
You know
that's not breakdancing.
Right.
It's like you don't know what dancing is, but you know that wasn't hip hop dancing.
There was no breakdancing. I will say that. There was no breakdancing.
There was no break
Very
dancing.
disappointing.
Okay.
Very disappointing for me.
What were they like? Booty popping or something?
Yeah, so just doing like hip hop dance moves, and I was just like, these are not
shaking their dicks. I mean,
I was just like, it's just not.
That's not hip hop.
Yeah.
I can't do the moves. I didn't do the dance. I didn't go to a year and a half of class to do this dance in front of human beings.
I saw a video. Like the other day, and it was good. It was like a talent show at a school, and it was some young kids. And they were doing like hip hop dance or whatever, but they were just like they were just slamming themselves on, like trying to do flips and just slamming themselves on the ground. You know what I mean? Like,
that would be entertaining.
And they kept doing it.
It's like after the first time, it's like, stop.
No, they got third in the thing in the talent show.
Oh,
next year we'll slam harder. We'll get second. There weren't enough slams onto the ground. We have to have twice as many concussions next year.
So what song did they hip hop to?
They hip hop to some hip hop song. It wasn't like a real. It wasn't like Not Like Us or something. It was just like a generic.
Yeah. Some AI generated hip hop.
Yeah. Throughout the thing about it is throughout the entire
hip hop beat.
That's what I feel like it was. I feel like they were just like, what's a hip hop beat that a white person can dance to? And they're like, gotcha.
I got it.
Oh yeah. And it broke off right then. So, but no, one of the like prevailing sentiments throughout the night is like some of these music choices are just real questionable, and not like inappropriate, just like didn't make sense. Because there was one song that was about like a bird, and I was like, okay, like there's a bird cage, because I mean, like they're loosely based on the song. You have to have the song work with the dance, right? So these are probably like
music and
14,
dance
15-year-old, kids. I don't know. And there's like one dude, and that's good for him. You can tell he was probably the most into it out of everybody. And I appreciate that. But so there's like a bird cage, and they sing this song called like, I don't know what it was actually called. I just know it kept talking about how bird girls go to heaven. And it was like, bird girls go to heaven. Over and out. I was like, what the fuck is this song? And so I tried to find it, and I can't find it. It doesn't exist outside of it.
Your phone didn't tell you what it was?
My phone was like, dude, I'm not.
Bird girl I'm not that gay.
Yeah, my phone's like, come on, man. Who do you think I am here? Let me see if I can find it now. Yeah, apparently it's Anthony and the Johnsons, maybe. Bird Girl.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Bird Girl lyrics. Maybe this is it. I don't know. This sounds, 'cause I'm a bird. Yeah, this is it. I'm a bird girl. I'm a bird girl. I'm a bird girl. I'm a bird girl now. Bird girls go to heaven. And yeah, because I'm a bird girl and bird girls go to heaven. Can we play this, Alan, you think?
No.
Play it.
I mean, we can play it.
We can play in the background.
Bird girl.
What if we do it? Okay, what if we do it like this? Hey, I'd like to present
Bird girl.
Bird girl. Bird is the girl. All right. I just want you guys to get. I think if we play less than 30 seconds, we're golden.
I mean, even if we do, who cares? It's not like if we get dinged.
They're not going to demonetize us. I was trying to click the wrong screen.
Well, you should put it in. Well, no, because we even did the commercial in fast and it didn't.
Just imagine this. This
makes me want to spin around in circles.
This makes me want to not go back to another.
You're going to have to do about 14 more years of this shit.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't want to speed it up. Yep, this is it. Okay. Yep, this is exactly it. And they're just like, I'm bird girl.
I'm bird girl. I'm bird girl now.
A bird girl now. So you get the idea. It's fucking terrible.
I'm a bird girl now.
I'm a bird girl now. I mean, wow. So that happened. And throughout the night, there was just, like I said, just questionable choice after questionable choice. There was one song, and honestly, my favorite song. Now, I will say, again, my daughter gets up, and like, I don't know about the other kids because I honestly didn't look at any of the other kids that she was dancing with, but she fucking killed it. So she was like, bloop, 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 and like, yeah, doing her thing. Yeah, and I was like, God, it's my girl right there. So her entire performance, this 4 hours. Want to guess how long her performance was out of it?
42 seconds.
Close.
Yeah, I was about to say like
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. 2 hot minutes. But so that came and went, and I was like, okay, great. I would love to leave. And some people did leave. A lot of people actually did.
Right. Yeah.
But I was like, did they just leave their kids? Like, there's like, the kids will be fine. Because I don't know what happened. But right after that,
one parent stays while the other family leaves.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me. But I did stay we did stay, and I, sat back, and because I enjoyed watching like the little babies do it, because the dancing that the little babies do is the best dancing that there is.
Right.
Like, they just are adorable when they're not moving at all the entire time on the stage. Like every song, the little girls are just like looking over at the side because that's where the teacher is, and they're like raising one hand and like looking.
And the thing is, like when they when Maddie was in it, the teachers, man, they would bust their asses on.
Oh, the teachers, their teachers were crazy.
And during the practices, man, you go through in the rehearsal, and the kids are doing it, but when the recital happens,
it's a whole different game, dude. I get it. After doing youth sports, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
practice where you do all this stuff as soon as the game started. Nope, forgot all of it. Well, then there was one song, Alan, and you would have appreciated this, and this is why the only reason I wrote this note, and this will end most of my this. But there was one song where all the little people were dressed like bees, and I was like, "Oh, adorable bees!" And then it was called the Buzz Buzz. It was called the Buzz Buzz song, and so it's like Buzz Buzz bees or bees and fucking bees. And then at the end, there's like a pause for a second, and all the kids at the same time start going like this.
Like, bees!
Yeah, and like I was this close to yelling, bees! They're everywhere against them.
Your weapons are used.
Because it was like so perfect. Like, that made it. Like, if I would have yelled that, a younger me would have yelled that.
Yeah.
But my current smartness said don't do that. But I was like, oh man, that would have been hilarious. So we got through it, like I said, it ended up, we got there at 9. The show started at 9:30, and we got out like around 12:45. So 3 hours, 15, give or take, and that's not including because that's the thing at the end, they have to say, okay, here's all 34 groups, give them all standing ovation. So,
did you do the flowers and all that?
We did. I went, and while Penny got dressed, I went and got an ass ton of flowers for her.
Yeah, you got the
And because I'm fat, I got her some donuts.
Yeah.
I was like,
because enough for her.
Yeah. Earlier she was like, Dad, can we get some donuts? And I was like, nah, because you gotta do your thing, and you've already had breakfast. So I was like, I'll get you some donuts in case you go low or after the thing. So she was like, okay. And then she ended up eating the donut later, and she was like, it was fun. That's not the point. But the point is, we did it. We don't have to do it for another year. So glad that we
wait until you start doing them at night.
Well, no, and we've had practice like every Tuesday, and that's fine. Like, that doesn't really bother me, but it was just one of those things where I was like, man, this is a long time. And then I find out afterwards, because like as soon as it was over, they're like, okay, everybody's got to get out because we have to do this again in 20 minutes.
Oh, no.
Like, they had a second, I guess, more classes or whatever that had an afternoon session.
Wow.
That was like the same thing again. I was like, fuck that, dude. I'm not trying.
God, that's a lot for teacher anyway.
Yeah, and a lot of the kids who were dancing in the morning one were dancing in the afternoon one too. Because they were like, these people are not being dismissed. So they just held these kids for hours. Dude. The only thing was like, if I get that stage where they're like, we're gonna have your kid all day, I'm like, cool, I'm gonna go party somewhere.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
She can Uber teen home.
I'm gonna watch Uber teen.
Daddy's gonna be passed out.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the game.
That's right. We're going anywhere but this. I already paid enough to not watch this. Thank you very much. So there you go. That's what I got into this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. And then we also went to the zoo in Columbia, which was nice. So there's really not much to say about that. It was the zoo. It was nice. We walked a lot. It was nice.
Prison for animals.
Good time. Yep. Prison for animals. Prison for flowers too, because we went to the botanical garden.
Ooh.
So I tried to free all the flowers that I could.
Did you run? Flowers.
Oh, hurry,
Flowers, run!
You're just standing there. The door's wide open.
There come the bees.
No, there was tons of bees. It was great, and they were super bees. So there you
awesome,
go. Well,
man.
it was great. It was a great weekend. Everything was great, and then very sleepy now forever.
Then Monday showed up.
So yeah, and Monday was like, "Hey, fuck you," and I was like, "Oh,
yeah, there we go,
So,
Monday.
There you go. That's how it goes."
Thanks,
Well,
Monday.
We will take a quick break to go say "fuck you, Monday." We'll be back with more of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. Welcome back to the 189th edition of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. We came in hot right out of that break, as we always do, Fred. We're going to get this worked out.
I didn't know
We
you were
always come
back.
in hot. I love it.
Because you weren't paying attention.
No, because
I
you said
wasn't.
3 minutes, and I didn't know which 3 minutes that meant. There's a lot of different 3 minutes in my
3
life.
minutes.
It's my 3 minutes.
Right, exactly. Which is why I assumed it would be 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Yes, yeah, that is true.
So we're back. We're better than ever. I have to tell you guys, I will quick note about the zoo because I did not tell you, and I feel like I should. So my wife and all her brilliance got us membership to the zoo in Columbia, which is our state zoo, which is it's a nice zoo. And I think Alan probably just got a picture of me with what I'm talking about, because she said she was threatening to send it over. But so we got to do, because remembers we get to do all the shit you have to pay for free, essentially. Like there's a few little things, you get to feed the birds or go on the go-karts, or not go-karts, go on the carousel, stuff like that for free, right? So one of the things we got to do was feed the birds, where you go in and like the birds jump on you and eat shit out of your hands. No, they're like they're like sweet birds. They're not.
I don't care.
Well, I loved it. And so we're sitting there talking. They weren't real, that's for sure. So we're sitting there talking, and like immediately, because they're like, well, not all the time birds will come up at everybody. Bird lands right on my shoulder. It was just like, what's up? I was like, oh my God. And then immediately jumped into my arm and started eating my fucking nectar or whatever we had.
Well, you and birds just always get along.
Animals love me, man. I don't know. They
get pros at the.
They know that I will feed them. That's the problem. Is all animals are like this guy. This guy's just a bag of chips waiting to fall.
They know you're a Disney princess.
Yeah, they're like, he's the Disney princess of Whataburger.
Yeah.
I am the king of White Castle. So anyway, so we did it and like we had fun. I was like, this is great. Oh man, like animals love me and I'm feeding the birds and like letting the kids feed the birds. There's a picture of me happily feeding the birds that had jumped on my arm.
Look at this.
Look at that. Happy times with my shaven head.
Happy
And
birds.
everybody thinks I'm still probably a Nazi. But anyway, so I hate it. I wish I wouldn't have shaved it now, but it's okay. It's too late. There's really not much I can do about it at this point. Maybe shave it some more. Maybe put a cool design in it. Probably not. So then my daughter, Penny, the one who obviously the day before had so bravely participated in this dance recital, was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And like, she's usually pretty brave. As soon as that fucking bird touched her, she lost her shit. Yes, she really lost her shit and was just like screaming. And the bird was just like, what the fuck is happening? Like, even the bird did not know what was going on. So much so that we decided, like, so we did it. We calmed her down. She was fine. She wasn't fucking with us. But then after we left, throughout the day, we're like talking about it and stuff. And she's like, I would like to try again. Because we're like, if we went back, would you try it again? And she's like, yeah, I wouldn't be scared this time because I know it's not so scary, now, right? Well, so we go back. This is now like, we did this first thing when we got there. So like 10 a.m. It is now like 3 p.m., maybe 3:30. Different shift, different everything. We walk back in and the guy is like, I remember you from earlier.
The vultures turned.
He's like, you gonna try again? And she's like, yeah. And then the birds wanted nothing to do with any of us.
Yeah.
Word got around.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, they get fed all day, and so
I thought birds weren't real.
Right.
They weren't real.
Yeah.
We fed them electrons.
Yeah.
I assume. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys
Batteries.
go to the zoo. It's a hoot. If they don't have owls, but it's a hoot. Get it? So
Get it.
Now with less owls than ever.
All right.
So, anyway, oh yeah, and the other thing, the lions and the tigers both died, and they're
Wait,
like,
what?
Yeah, and they're still don't play this for the kids. And like, so at the zoo, there's no lions and no tigers, but they have the shit there. And so there were like people standing there waiting, like looking and looking and looking. And I'm like, wow. And I only know that because we went earlier in the year with my kids' class, with my daughter's class, and we were standing there, and one of the like locals was like, "Tigers died last week, buddy," and I was like, "Oh shit!" And he's like, "Lions too," and I was like, "Oh my god, what a terrible zoo this is."
Who died last week, buddy?
Yeah, like just like as casual as you could be.
The lions did too.
And I'm like, did you kill them, bro? Like, are you the reason?
And then the thing is, they don't say nothing. The zoo doesn't say like it's closed.
No, because why would they ever say
like something in front of it?
Yeah,
right.
they couldn't because these are like huge exhibits. So like, it wasn't like, oh, we can just, like you said, toss a sheet up, or like lions aren't feeling good or whatever. Like, there's nothing. So
should have had like a big screen there with Lion King playing.
Something, dude, something. Yeah, so the kids are like, we're gonna see tigers and lions. I'm like, no.
Yeah, they show the part where Mufasa dies,
Yeah, oh, too soon. But so yeah, all right. So anyway, that was my adventure at the zoo. Sorry, I want to finish that up, and now we can go out into the show. And it's time, Fred, for everyone's favorite game show that might get us canceled. Yes, the N-word.
Yeah.
Name that N-word.
N-word. I appreciate that he put it that way.
Yes.
So
Name that N-word.
Please explain this to me.
All right. So, I mean, it's just like it says. I've got a list
Jeopardy style
words that's no, this is words that start with the letter N.
Like a Wheel of Fortune type of deal?
More of a kind of $100,000 pyramid.
Oh, okay.
Where you give a clue and then you have to what?
You're going to give us clues? Okay, you're giving the clues, right?
Okay, I'm giving the clues. Yes.
Okay.
Give the clues.
I'm the clue giver. So if I said outside,
night,
forest,
N-word,
forest.
Like I said, night, forest,
birds,
night,
deer, outside,
nocturnal.
A field.
That's night.
Oh.
A field.
A
Nappy.
field outside.
Northern.
Open spaces.
Not gonna get the answer.
Mm,
All right, why don't you tell us the answer so we can get the idea?
Nature.
Nature.
Starts with
Oh,
N.
nature.
We are not good at this. All right.
Well, I don't know what type of music to give it because I don't know where we're going.
Right. I told him to find music that had the N word in it a lot.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh.
Not going there.
Sorry, studio audience.
All right. So okay, I guess I'll give you a little easier one.
All right, no, don't give us an easier one. Watch us fail in real time.
No, we'll start off easy, then we'll build it up.
I got this one.
All right. Cashew.
Nuts.
Cashews?
Brazil. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, nut. All
A
right,
nut. A
Got
nut. There you go. So
Okay.
you see
Easy
how
enough.
the game's going. Okay.
I feel like
so
this is setting
the
us
next
up
one
for
we
a
got.
trick.
No, it's no trick.
I'm just saying.
It's a simple game. I mean, we
It's a
needed
simple game that
content,
you
and
made
I
up.
thought that this would be. I did it. I did.
Yeah.
So
no.
Okay. Rest.
Night.
Rest and end.
Couch.
Not
Couch.
off.
Nap.
There you go. Nap. Nap.
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Good job. You got it. It was
So
like
we
what?
got
2
nut
clues?
and nap. Usually does happen in that order.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, it usually does.
I was going to say 6 for the nut one, but I didn't think that.
It would have worked.
But
Boy,
I just
we
said
wouldn't
it
have
anyway.
known. Wouldn't have known.
All right. Here we go. We got the next one.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Gullible. Susceptible.
Okay. Neuter.
I know the word, I just can't think of it.
There you go.
All
Come on. Like what I say, gullible.
To gullible, susceptible.
Yeah, it's
Let me give
This
you
is harder.
That is a little bit harder. I mean, it's a this
Extra hard
word.
for Alan, though.
Alan knows this word, so it's probably on the tip of his tongue. I'm trying to.
yeah,
get,
I said it during I said it in our meeting.
Right.
Starts with N.
Yeah, I said it in the meeting.
Oh shit! I knew that. Now it makes me wonder if there's ones that don't. Let's see.
Man, no, it's
Nougat.
it's not gullible. It's the
Fell for it.
no.
Yeah, fell for it.
Okay.
Naive.
Naive.
There you go. That's it.
Great
That's
job,
it.
Alan.
All right. Okay.
All right. Here's the big one.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
One.
Here's the big one. I'm gonna say it.
I'll give you one more for that. Fish. Or fishing.
Net.
Snare. There you go. Golly, look at Alan.
Damn, Alan, look at this.
The big brain on Alan.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you attend
All
the
right.
pre-show meeting, Fred. You get
right.
all the answers, and you just have to pretend you don't
That's
know.
it.
We didn't have a pre-show.
All right.
Can't let
I
you
have
win.
this one. All right. Black.
Nice.
We knew it's a setup, man.
I know
Gary.
it, dude. Nightmare.
It's
I'm
a
not saying
setup.
that
What are you talking about?
I'm I'm not saying.
You
Okay,
said part of it. You said
I'm not
part
saying
of
what
it.
Spanish.
Okay,
is.
so what are the clues again?
So far, night and scary.
Okay,
And hoodie
night
is
and
coming
scary.
next.
No, you said night.
I said
You
night.
said night.
Yeah, you said
Yeah,
night. Yeah,
that's it. That's it.
Oh, okay.
That's it. Night. Yeah, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll move
That's
on
why I
to the
thought he
next
was
one.
trying to,
Good. Trying to what?
I don't know.
I don't know. All
Trying to
right.
make
So
me guess the N-word, I guess.
I don't know.
that's all I'm
Do
trying to
you?
get you to do is guess the
Do you not know?
All I'm doing.
loud,
Loud.
annoying
Noisy.
noise.
Okay.
Nagger.
So close. All right.
Okay. Africa.
Niger.
That's
Very
pretty good.
specifically.
That's pretty good.
I know what you're trying to do. You'll never get me to do it.
You know, he started off really like nut and all this, and then
I had to very slowly drop the ER, the hard ER on that one. The hard I too.
Okay.
I'm worried that he's going to
Fred.
use
Hmm?
nice guy.
Fred.
Yes.
Fred.
Fred.
My cousin.
Meet
Sydney.
Fred.
Fred.
My cousin Sydney.
Naughty.
Sheila, my mom.
Extra naughty. Neighbors.
Alan.
No, I'm out.
That's jerk.
Yeah,
That'll start with
Matt.
nice.
no, that's not right. Human being. No, I don't know. This is a hard
Name.
one. Name.
Name. What do you guys thinking?
I don't know. I said neighbor. I thought that was very nice of me.
Neighbor. So neighborly of you.
Yes.
Right?
You want a couple more, I guess?
I don't know. Is this building
sure.
to something? I'm expecting like.
No, I did. It already passed it.
Oh, okay.
It was kind of a didn't
Okay,
quite hump.
yeah.
You know what I mean,
Give us one more. Give us your best remaining one then. We're gonna call this a tie right now. And so whichever one gets it between me and Alan wins.
Okay. Pearls.
Nut.
Necklace.
You got it?
Necklace?
Yeah, necklace.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Great job, Alan.
There you go.
Great job, Fred,
All right.
coming up with a game.
Sorry,
Yes.
they all can't be winners.
No, you know what? The only winner here is Alan. And that hurts me,
There
but
you
that's
go.
okay. I understand.
He did.
Well,
Boy,
Fred,
he beat you.
he beat my ass into the ground. Not only did he beat my ass, I would dare say that he killed me on this one.
Oh, did.
Damn.
Which reminds me, Fred,
Yep.
or which makes me wonder, Fred, do you know,
Mm-hmm.
and Alan, do you know the top 10 actors with most on-screen kills, not deaths, kills?
What do you mean kills? Like
Like-
they've killed?
Like they've killed a number of people on screen.
Actor.
Top 10.
Like really? Or in their films?
No, not in real life, in their film.
Yeah.
I would say Arnold is one of them.
Arnold
Baldwin.
does come in at number 5 with. Do you want to guess how many?
104.
No.
You're
It's more than that.
severely underestimating it.
Yeah, it's got to be like 700-800.
Fred's onto something here. 842.
Yeah,
Dang, so he's number 4 at 842.
He's number 5. He's
Yeah.
number 5.
Yeah,
Wow.
Keanu Reeves number 1. He got to be.
Keanu Reeves is actually not on the list.
What?
No, because he's probably killed a couple of hundred.
He killed 178 people in John Wick 2.
That's not enough.
You know, we're talking. That's 178.
We're talking about
In
all
John Wick
time.
2.
Yeah, but we're talking about all time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you got.
I say Sylvester.
three-
Okay,
Rocky,
I'll give you an idea. I'll give you an idea.
Yeah,
Okay,
Sylvester
so-
Stallone.
Right outside the top 10, I'll tell you, Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves came in at 13 with 387.
Wow.
Right?
No.
Sylvester Stallone is number 7 with 794.
Damn.
So, and let me give you some clues. There's one lady in the top 10.
Okay.
There are
Cynthia
most.
Rothrock. It's gotta be
What?
Cynthia Rothrock. Cynthia Rothrock.
It's not Cynthia Rothrock, as much as we wish it was.
No, she's kicked ass.
Everybody is
Yeah,
from
she's
the
kicked
80s
some ass.
or
Yeah, it has to be.
going forward. So there's
Okay.
nobody like Sean Connery or
Clint
anybody like that is
Eastwood.
on the list.
Clint Eastwood.
Not on the list.
No.
Because they didn't show these are on-screen kills. So these are people you see them kill them. Like Clint
Right.
Eastwood and all that stuff would have just been like, oh, bang, partner.
Yeah.
And like, "Well,
Yeah, he would
the
only
other
kill
one's
like one
dead."
guy.
Yeah, right. You know how they do it. All right.
Yeah.
So do you guys want me to give
Okay,
you some
so tell me.
clues?
Yeah, I want to know at least the ethnicity. Well,
Okay.
they're. You know,
I'm going to
where
tell
they're
you. I'm going to give you some idea. I'm going to give
Because
you.
I got some Asian shit.
I told you Keanu Reeves was at 13, right? So I'm going to give you
Mhm.
number 12 and number 11. And I think this will help you because of, it's who it's not, right?
Right.
So at number 11 or number 12 is Chuck Norris with 485. Okay. And at number 11, and I feel like he could have done a little better. He's very, very close. Is Nicolas Cage with 588.
Who the fuck Nicolas Cage killed?
588 people.
I can't think of one person. What movie he killed somebody in?
Oh, so many.
Well,
I watched that movie that he was in.
Ghost Rider, yeah, Ghost
Yeah.
I
Rider.
watched, what was it? The Unbearable
Con
Weight
Air.
of Massive Talent or whatever.
Yeah,
Killed a bunch of people in that movie.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
sort
was
of.
high.
All right. Yeah, that's fine.
Face Off.
He might have been too.
Yeah, face off. Yeah.
Yeah, plenty of. So, needless to say,
Yeah,
plenty
yeah,
of
yeah.
deaths. Okay, so why don't you ask
not
me?
many.
So
Bruce
listen,
Willis.
Man.
Bruce Willis is not on the list.
Okay.
You're
Not
going
on
to
the
kick
list.
yourselves for some of these, I think.
Like Charles Bronson or somebody?
Charles Bronson is not on the list. No. Let you think about you. Okay, so this list combines not only kick-ass ability, but longevity.
Right.
So it's not like
Yeah, so-
flash
Yeah,
in the
it's
pan.
in their career, so you got to think.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's going to take a while.
I mean, if Arnold's number 5, it's
Jackie
Let me
gotta
say
be-
this.
Chan?
Okay,
Yeah,
there's
that's what I'm
one-
saying.
There was 2 African American people on the list on this top 10, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white guys, 1 white lady, 1 Asian dude, and not Jackie Chan.
Jet Li.
Jet Li is on the list. Jet Li comes in at
Yeah,
Wow.
1,076 on-screen kills.
yeah, because he did that movie that he was him and he impersonated
And
himself.
himself?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And he
the
kept
one-
killing people left and right.
Yeah, the one, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
So
the
that was
one
pretty
that
good.
was a good
Yeah.
movie.
So
That was a
right
good
now we
movie.
have.
Oh, and the one
number-
when he let him off the chain when he
Right.
was the dog and he let him off the chain. Oh my god.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, that
man.
was good.
So right now we have number 3, number 5, and number
Mm-hmm.
7 locked in.
So Jet Li was number 3.
Jet Li was number 3, Arnold is number 5, and Sly Stallone, that's who you
Yes.
guess, right, is number 7.
And then there's a chick.
What about
And then there's a lady, and
what
she's
about Carl
very, very
Weathers?
high on the list.
No, that ain't Carl Weathers.
No,
Yeah,
not
what about
Weathers.
Carl Weathers?
Carl Weathers is not on the
No,
list.
he didn't.
No,
You guys are missing out on probably, arguably, I would say, I wouldn't have thought of him as number 1, but when you think of it, you're like, oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, let's see.
I'll
The
tell you this:
devil?
the African American people bookend the list. So
Stop
one of the
saying that.
African American
Just say
people
black.
is in first,
Just
and one is
say
in 10th.
black. There's too many
No,
devils,
Fred,
man.
I'm never going to say that.
Say the
So
black guy.
one of them is So that means they replaced the guy one guy was in one movie and then they replaced him in another one.
Not exactly. So, like I said, number 1 is a African American gentleman, and so is number 10.
It's black dude.
So the black dude is number 1 in the list.
There's number 1 and number 10.
Okay.
So think of the two ass kicking guys you've ever. One of them should be like immediately.
Mr. T.
Nah, no, Mr. T just
man,
kicked ass in the DC
I
Cab.
know it. I know, yeah.
All right, one of them.
And nobody died in the 18. So.
Right, exactly.
So they didn't kill
nobody died. Yeah, they killed nobody.
One of them you may think of for a movie that is not killing related. However, he did work with with white people.
Well, what about I would say that Mark Hamill should be, because he destroyed the Death Star.
No.
Wesley Snipes.
Wesley Snipes comes in at number 10.
Okay.
593.
Wesley Snipes. Blade movies, yeah.
Blade, yeah.
Yeah, Blade and
a lot of people
Blade
Blade.
movies,
The
yeah.
one I always play
Okay,
on black.
so I want you
whatever
guys,
that
and
movie was.
if you can, if you can get, I'm going to give you all the other ones except the lady and number 1.
All right.
And I want to see, I'm going to do the process of elimination, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So number 10 was Wesley Snipes. Number 9, Kevin Costner, weird. 670, weird. Number 8, Jason Statham, 718. That sounds about right. Number 7, like I said, was Sly Stallone. Number 6, the Gravy Seal himself, Steven Seagal, 822.
Gravy Seal.
Arnold at number 5. Dolph Lundgren at number 4.
Yeah.
You already got Jet Li at number 3. So now you have the ladies are number 2 and the gentleman is number 1.
Wow.
And
She's
it's
the number 2.
You're gonna kick yourself when you realize, like, oh yeah, of course, it makes sense on both of them.
I don't know.
Okay, let me think of. Let me give you the numbers that they've killed. Okay.
Okay.
So for the lady, it's 1,299.
That's crazy.
So think of a lady that's been in massive fights. Right? And for the gentleman, it's 1,734. Far and above. And I'm telling you, you're going to come up with a gentleman and you're going to say, I can't believe I didn't know this motherfucking guy on this motherfucking list.
Josh Brolin.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson is number 1 with 1,734 kills.
Samuel Jackson. Who the fuck did he kill?
He's killed he's been in 1 million movies.
But
just like
he's died 1 million times.
Not enough action movies to be like to justify 1,700 kills,
but he didn't kill him. Well, he killed him.
According to this list. All right, and number 2. Ready for this one? I'm telling you. Okay, here. Let me give you this.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon later.
No, close though. Samuel L. Jackson has racked up. They said 1,340, whatever. So, according to the Stat Panda, who counted face-to-face kills and disregarded murderous feats like blowing up entire populations of Alderaan, the Pulp Fiction actor comes out as the deadliest. The bulk of his kills were amassed in Kingsman: The Secret Service, where he apparently wiped out almost 1,000 people in a single movie.
Nah, see, but that's no different than Luke Skywalker blowing up.
But see, that's not
whoa.
Right, exactly, man. Yeah, you can't count those, man.
Well, how about number 2? I'm going to give you number 2. I'm going to give you a few.
If that's the case, then the guy who did Thanos.
I'm going to give you a few of. They said face-to-face kills. A few of the movies that this person was in, the girl. Okay, and then we can wrap this thing up. This segment up. I have 2 other things to talk about. All right. So she was in a movie called Joan of Arc. She was in a movie called Hellboy.
Hellboy. chick was in Hellboy.
She was in a movie called Ultraviolet.
Oh, no.
And she was in a franchise of movies based off a video game.
Milia
Yes, Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. Jovovich.
Mila Jovovich.
Yeah. She was in Hellboy? Oh, yes, she was in the ring. Yeah, Lilu.
She clocks in at 1,299 kills.
Lilu Dallas.
There you go.
Really?
There you go.
I don't.
So
I
now,
don't like
Fred.
that list.
But how did they come up with that number?
That's what they had a guy do it. They had a guy that did it.
Well, he don't know what he's doing.
That's wrong.
Right.
Yeah, he
So-
really don't, man.
All right, well, we're off to that. We're off this killing and on to a different type of killing. It's bad guy news for a second, guys.
Killing it.
So, do you want
fat guy news?
Let me see which is okay. We're gonna go with one. We're gonna start closer to home. We only got 2 of these, so they won't take long.
Okay.
But
fat guy news.
I think everybody needs to know, and I think we would all agree that we may it. Okay, again, we've talked about this before, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
In the world, you never know. It is there, but by the grace of God go I. Right? To be whatever or wherever. I could be Taylor Swift or that homeless guy with one leg that I keep seeing walking around downtown. But but by the grace of God go I, right? Probably closer to Taylor Swift, but who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
So, Fred.
Like Taylor shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. We're headed up the road, up 85 to Charlotte, North Carolina. Fred, Charlotte, North Carolina, home to a delicious restaurant called Popeye's Fried Chicken.
Yes.
However, Fred, a burnt biscuit led to a burst of bullets outside of a South Charlotte Popeyes, according to one manager. And one manager ended up getting shot.
Oh, damn.
So, yeah, it just happened Sunday afternoon on South Boulevard near Interstate 485, which that's a decent Popeyes. If you've ever been there.
Mm-hmm.
One video appears to show 2 men fighting in the parking lot. Then 2 shots ring out, and one of the men is seen writhing on the ground, of course. So what it turns out, yeah, it's crazy, man. So it turns out that they're both managers at Popeyes, and one eyewitness was in the restaurant with his family. He said he was going in the back. One guy was going in the back and started arguing with the other guy over some burnt biscuits. The witness said he took the plate of the burnt biscuits and threw them on the ground. Then the 2 men walk out, and one of them basically shoots the other one. So
he's like, I will shoot you.
Fucking up my production cost.
Yeah.
Right. That's it, man. This is my freaking my bonus, bro. You always, so the lady said, what's crazy? So the guy shot the other guy, and then just walked back into the restaurant and went back to work.
Yeah, he wants some red beans and rice with that.
Yeah, nobody else was hurt, and nobody really anything.
God.
But it was a
I wonder if the
22-year-old
manager
kid.
gets workers' comp.
Well, the other guy, the other manager is facing attempted murder charges, and the victim was shot twice, but is currently recovering. So
working in Popeyes in Charlotte, you should get hazard pay.
You should already be, you should already be taking care of that. Well, so that I mean, obviously that's not a good thing. Sure, right?
That's crazy.
That's crazy, well, let me ask you this. And now I'm Fred, do you remember what was it like the late 80s, early 90s, maybe? I think it was mostly like late 80s. Alan, you can probably speak to this. When was it that like rash of like wackadoodle ass lawsuits started? When like people started suing people for just stupid shit.
That was
I think it was after that,
like late 80s.
McDonald's.
Right?
It was the McDonald's, the lady where she
the McDonald's, the coffee.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was like in the mid. That was like 80, 88, something like that. 89, I think.
Yeah.
But I think it was because they stopped the frivolous lawsuits. Then I thought.
Well, Fred,
I could be mistaken. I don't know.
Let me. Well, no, I think it did start. I think that lady started because people were like, "Oh, she just burned her coffee." Like, they didn't realize that she like literally fried her freaking legs off.
Yeah, but
she was old too. You know what I'm saying?
She was old, but the thing was they were like, she said that she didn't realize the coffee was going to be that hot. And it was like,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
coffee
Well,
is
because it
hot.
was
No.
200, it was boiling.
I think it was. I think the thing was off. The
lid.
like
Yeah, the lid was
regulator
off.
had failed. No, the regulator had failed.
Right.
And
In the coffee machine.
where it keeps
Yeah.
keeps it warm.
Yeah, 'cause
So
it
to
was
keep
way
warm,
above.
but it was just it was,
Yeah, it was
like,
scalding. It was
scalding
like
hot, man.
So it wasn't
I
her
saw the
fault,
pictures
like-
of. I saw the
Oh, yeah,
pictures
no,
of
they
her
were
legs,
gruesome.
You know what I'm saying? They were
Super gruesome.
yeah, it wasn't like it was, oh, I got a little bit of coffee on
Right,
me.
like it
No,
was made out of
Right,
yeah.
no.
Well, Fred,
Uh-huh.
I think the world of frivolous lawsuits is back. I
Guess
hope
who's
so
back?
anyway, because we need this one.
Guess
Fred,
who's back?
in Houston, a Houston man is suing Whataburger for nearly $1 million after he says his burger had onions on it.
Uh-oh.
Turns out, Fred, he asked for no onions on his burger. So on
Oh.
July 24th, Demery Ardwell Wilson, Demery, had an allergic reaction
Demery.
after eating a burger that had onions on it at Whataburger, the court documents state. He alleges that he requested the fast food chain take them off before serving him the burger. Wilson claims he had to seek medical professionals' help after sustaining, quote unquote, serious personal injury due to the onion.
I hope he wins.
Got them
According to the
burns.
According to the document, he's seeking monetary
Yeah.
relief of over $250,000, but less than $1 million, along with damages of any kind, penalties, costs, expenses, prejudgment, interest, and judgment for all other relief. Apparently, he also, in 2024, he also sued Sonic for the exact same reason of onions on a burger. And that company there then requested a jury trial, and it's coming up next week.
Well, I mean, I was hoping it was the first time, and I was hoping that he'd win. Then that way, these companies can be like, when you tell them you don't want something on that burger,
that's
Right.
100% why I brought this up, because I do think it's dumb. I think, okay, so you have a responsibility personally. If you have an allergy to something, I'm not saying that you shouldn't say, hey man, like I have an allergy.
Right.
do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
But you got to double check for yourself.
Right. You do
Like
have
you
to
can't
look
trust these people. I mean, and no offense to anybody, I wouldn't trust myself to get it right. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was working somewhere, I mean, they make so many freaking sandwiches. You pick up the wrong one, they don't know.
Right.
You know, like you
yeah,
can't
but
blame-
99% of the time now they just don't put the effort.
Sure. Well, but that's
That too.
but
That's the
not
reason why. That's the
But
reason.
you still gotta check. But
Well, you
hey,
gotta
I
do
hope
is
you
you
win
check
too.
the bag.
I mean,
You check the bag. You got to check the bag because they're gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
Because
you never know when they fuck up your taco
right, exactly. You never know when they're gonna.
or your
taco of
burrito.
death
That's
is
what it
gonna
was.
come.
It was a burrito.
So
burrito.
like I said, there's a part of me that originally was like, yeah, get this guy, man. I'm so tired of them messing up my order because they always mess up my order. And then but then the more I read, I'm like, though, like this is dumb because you can't.
Yes, I
They
agree
didn't
with
kill
you
him.
on that.
They don't have proof that he went
Yeah.
into the hospital. I mean, what happens if you're allergic to onions? What is that? I've never heard of that.
You can make I don't know, but what the thing is, if they make a standard that you can get sued of it,
Doesn't make you
and the
barf.
companies will make an effort to train their people to do it right.
See, I don't think that they will.
Right.
I think that what they'll do.
Oh, they'll do it.
Is
When
they'll put- no.
if it's going to cost them money,
No, what they'll do is they'll put a disclaimer on every fucking sandwich that says you cannot sue us for ordering the sandwich.
actually, they may have that disclaimer already.
They probably do. Because why
it's
wouldn't
probably
you?
on the bottom of the menu somewhere.
Yeah, it's
So,
got. It's
bottom
says
of
like,
the
yeah,
menu
think
when
about
you
it. They got a
order-
disclaimer for everything else.
Tiny.
Right. When you order
Yeah.
from us, as soon as you say you want something, it is
Yeah.
not our problem if we fuck it up. I mean, that would make sense. I would put that disclaimer on if I owned a burger place. Like, my bad.
I mean, some of the stuff is like
They put-
ridiculous. It's like, do not eat. It's like when you get
I
a
can't
shoe
stand
and
that
you look
shit,
at
man.
you
Like,
look at
I
a
hate-
shoe and it says "do not eat." And you're like, what do you mean do not? That means somebody tried
Well,
to do it
yeah,
at one
man.
time.
Well, no, but that's exactly it. That's
Yeah.
people saying who have a legal department who's like, just cover your ass. Yes, it's stupid. No one would
Yeah,
ever eat a
that's it.
shoe. But if we don't put it on here and someone has the idea, then it's a whole fucking thing.
yeah,
Mhm.
Print it on there.
right.
Yeah, of course we're gonna get flamed for it. What are you gonna do? You know,
Right,
like I would much rather be on that end of it than the guy who's like, I ate a shoe and now I feel terrible. Give me $1 million. Like, you know, like maybe I should have eaten a loafer instead of a slide. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's what he's like. It's called a loafer, and I thought it was a loaf of bread.
Exactly.
Loaf of bread.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all you need to
Loaf of
know.
bread.
I mean, they
Loaf
sue
of
for
bread.
less.
Hey, yeah,
A
exactly.
loaf of
So,
bread.
disclaimer, guys. Anything we say,
All right.
sue the fuck out of us for.
Yeah, can't sue it. You can't sue us. You can't sue us because
That's what we say allegedly.
Oh yeah, we had the disclaimer
Yeah.
we used to do at the beginning of the show. We keep doing that because we gave up on caring.
that one time.
No.
Hey, we did it one time. So
No, we
that's
played it
all
for
we
like 15 episodes.
Yeah, we did it for like 50
Yeah, that's
episodes.
at
Yeah, we
least,
had
at
the
least.
disclaimer.
We'll put it back. All right, disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. Go back to the beginning of the show and after
you gotta listen.
listen to the whole thing again.
Yeah. Go fuck
All right,
yourself.
well, I think we're gonna get out of here for the night. I've had a great time. I hope you guys have had a great time as well on the Black Lincoln Collective podcast.
Oh,
We'll
that's
see you
right.
next week with our 190th episode.
Ooh, 190.
There's not going to be anything. There's nothing.
You know,
different.
I won't be here for the. I don't think I'll be here for the 200th episode.
Well, then we'll wait.
I'll be on vacation.
Oh, vacation.
Well,
All right,
you're on
we'll go on
vacation right
vacation.
now in the hotel.
Yeah, really. Go on vacation.
Oh yeah, sure.
Go to hell.
We'll see you guys.
See you next week, ladies and gentlemen. Bye bye.
See ya.
He left, and we haven't even ended the show.
The
show is still going. He
It's
left.
still going. Bye, Parker.
Bye.
Get the last word this week. Bye.